Hello and welcome. It's Ecom Rebel back again live. How are you guys going? It's good to see you, Mr. Bazinga. Reese, welcome. G'day, Rommel, Chanel, Nathan, and Lady Caitlin. How you doing? Glad to have you on board. Alrighty. So let's give away some Bitcoin Cash. Let's do that first. So let's find yesterday's video. So if you don't know how this works, all you need to do is like, subscribe, and hit the little bell icon, okay, on the channel, and then put a comment or a question, and put your Bitcoin Cash address as well, so that I can send you some Bitcoin Cash. All I do is every day I'm going to draw a winner, and once I draw the winner, I'll be sending it to you. So let's go now and pick a winner from yesterday. This is the best bit, giving away cash. It's good. Alright, we're just waiting for this to load. Let's click a winner, pick a winner. Alright, ready? Christian Winterstein. Nice video. What can you say about TNB? Thanks for the giveaway. And give me a bunch of addresses. Hopefully there's a Bitcoin Cash address. That looks like it there. I'm only doing Bitcoin Cash, but thanks for the other ones. That's okay. Let's copy that. Oh, Exodus is not open. Alright, give me 2 secs. I've got to put my password in. So, give me a second. I will just open that up and then we'll get started. Won't be a sec. So remember, if someone has access to your password with Exodus, they'll have access to your funds. Okay, they can access your crypto. So I'm just unlocking that now. As soon as I get this unlocked, I will put it back on screen again. It's taking extra time. Oh, here we go. Finally. Alright, so now I'll turn the screen back on so you can see it here. Alright, so let's go back to that and get that winner, Christian. Copy. Click send. $10. Click send. Alright, and as soon as you get that, Christian, just let me know. Just put in the comments. That'd be great. To make sure that you received it. That'd be great. Awesome. So I'm going to try and answer your question. So what do you say about TNB? TNB. Let's check it out. Because you know what? I don't know what TNB is. So many coins. Alright, let's go to CoinMarketCap. Hopefully it's on CoinMarketCap. Hopefully it's not like a dodgy thing. Ponzi scheme or something. TNB. Okay, so Times New Bank. Now, I have seen this one before, don't know much about it. So, let's go through the exercise. So, it's went up 7% today. It's at 12 cents. Alright, we'll just have a quick look at the chart. Has previously... so, it looks like it's just started before December. 3 cents. 3 cents up to 12, so it's 4x'd already. It was up to around about 30 cents, come back a bit. Let's check out what it is, whether it's a new ICO or what it was. Let's have a look at the website. And we have a look at the, if you have click on markets, it tells you what exchanges it's trading on. So Binance, that's a big exchange. Bitfinex, Hobie, yeah. So most of the volume's coming out of so it's Korean exchange. I think you pronounce it Hobie, and then Binance 17%. You can see the volumes here, so it tells you where mainly they're interested. So TNB, let's have a quick look at it. So building a network. Scroll down a bit. Investors. Started in 2016. Started raising funds in 2017. Cool. And what else they got? They got a Telegram group, which I recommend you sign up and check that out. We'll have a look at their Twitter, see what Twitter says. And I won't read the white paper, but sometimes they give you a little video or a little bit more extra information. Doesn't have much here. Just says it's a network. Let's see what Twitter says. They might have something on there. So they've got some agreements. Maybe, when did that come? January 18. So they're still working on the blockchain. They don't sort of disclose too much information on their website. Some websites tell you everything you need to know, and other ones you've got to go looking for. So I suspect that this one, I haven't got time tonight, but you would read the white paper, right? So you would click on this, you would read the white paper, and you would go through this. Now, it could be, I don't know, 30, 40 pages. We'll see how big it is. And once you go through that, and just to get an idea of what it's all about, let's see if there's anything else on Twitter while it's loading. Because part of the thing is you can have a network, but you've got to make it so that you keep people updated. They can see progression of what you're doing and clearly what you are about. What is it that you're going to do? At the moment, it's not obvious what they're doing. I'd probably have to look into it further. I thought they might have something there. So don't give away too much. So there could be an opportunity in that, because maybe it is really, really good, but it hasn't really taken off yet. I mean, I would say, having a look at this here, we've only went 4x, and we're in the early days. So this is where you'd have to do a lot of research and really find out if the project's worthwhile, how long that project's going to take, and whether you're prepared to wait that sort of time period to get returns on that. So I might try and find a little bit more information about it. I won't take up too much time now, but that's what I do. Get on the Twitter, see what they got there. Read that white paper. Looks like it's 25 pages, and just see exactly what they're trying to solve in there, and then sort of do a bit more research on that. But they are on Binance, which is a big exchange, and some of these other exchanges, so it's doing well. So it's at 12 cents. It could easily go back to where it was before, so it could continue up past 32 cents. So yeah, very interesting. I might try and find some more information about that. But yeah, thanks for the question on that, and we'll see what else we can come up with over the week. That'd be good. All right, let's check out what's happening live with you guys. Who else have we got on board? Yes, Mr. Bazinga, I got my screen off. I forgot about that. Yes. What else have we got? Picked the wrong video date. Ecom is given away for January 25. Yeah, I'm not sure we're going to do the next live stream one. Maybe, I don't know, I'll just decide. It might be in the next couple of days. It might be tomorrow night, which will be, what is it tonight? Friday. It could be Saturday or Sunday. Not sure. I might do something on Sunday or something like that. I always want to do something different. Come up with a few different ideas of what I can do for you guys to make it a bit more interesting. So that would be good. All right. So now, if you guys have got any questions you want answered, hit me up while you got me now. And I'm just going to start with the news. So I had a quick look at news before. Now, I did touch on this yesterday about basically $500 million was stolen from CoinCheck. So it wasn't sort of 100% confirmed, but they confirmed it today, and it was stolen out of. Now this is the craziness. So it was a low security hot wallet, and there was $500 million in it. I don't know how that happens, but it'd be like putting $500 million cash in the back of a taxi. you know, and you know, it's going to get stolen. This is the sort of thing that's a bit crazy. So now what was interesting here's what's interesting. When Mt. Gox crashed and basically all those funds were stolen in Mt. Gox, I have to check the exact amount for how much money was stolen in Mt. Gox. It was a lot. But this is 534 million. Now, Mt. Gox theft, I'll just put that in, see what it says. Let's see what Wikipedia says. Let's see how much money was stolen. At the time, $450 million. You know, which was actually quite a lot. I suppose they probably adjusted that. 850,000 bitcoins. Now, this one was a little bit more. We're looking at over 500 million. Probably around about the same sort of size, I would say, but it was bigger. Now, when Mt. Gox happened, basically the price of Bitcoin, you know, collapsed after that. It was a bad day. However, if you have a look at the markets today, so where are we? I'll bring up a new one. Too many screens open. Bring up another one. Coin market cap. So let's look at today. So $500 million was stolen, and that's unfortunate for those people that's happened. And this is how the market responded. Right now, it's green. It's green, green, green. The only sort of exceptions, Tether, well, that doesn't move much. Maker down 4%. Electronium down 3%. Digio 8% minus. So look, nice green day. Now even NEM moved 5%, and even after this hack. So as far as, even though it was bad news, this is not like breaking like it was with Mt. Gox, where it just completely collapsed and everyone lost a lot of money. These are possibility. If we have a look at the article, it goes into, I'll just find where it is. Yeah, at the moment they haven't worked out whether they're going to, you know, try and pay back the funds to the people that lost it. I would say that's maybe what they're going to try and do. Whereas, like, because recently there was another hack recently, and when the funds were stolen, they said that they were going to return the funds, and they got additional investors come in to pay for it, to, you know, fix it up, to make good. Because if you don't make good, it means your whole business is gone. So these guys, you know, at CoinCheck, if they don't sort of make it safe again and fix up this problem, their business is over, and essentially that's the end for them. So they trying, at the moment they've halted all withdrawals, and, you know, the police are involved and all that sort of stuff. So, you know, that's a lot of money. Can you imagine that sort of money getting stolen? So, yeah, this is why you don't just leave your funds in an exchange. You'd have them on, you know, a Trezor, for example, like that. You'd keep them offline. When you do have to go online to make a transaction, you do it the minimum amount of time that you can, and then you'll take your tokens, or you'll take back your coins back into your own wallets, where you control your keys, because when it's on exchange you don't control the keys. All right, so that was something I saw interesting. Some other news. Jaxx has released version 1.311 on all platforms. They've got a few more improvements. They're talking about shapeshift. They've made it a little bit easier to understand, and also they're doing something with the transaction costs. So they're trying to make it a little bit easier to calculate the transactions, and maybe bring down some of the fees on transactions, and some security updates. So that's good. We'd like to see this continued improvement on these wallets. That's important. Some other news. This one was interesting. Blockchain, as in the blockchains. This is the one, basically the core dev team for Bitcoin itself. They purchased a land in northern Nevada, okay, and basically it's 67,000 acres of land. I assume that this is the area that they're talking about. Now, they haven't really discussed what it's going to be used for, but It was worth $175 million, and they've purchased it. And I don't know whether they're going to, what they're going to do. Are they mining it? Are they going to use it as their main headquarters or something like that? Not sure. So it's very interesting to see what will happen from this. But one of the other part, I think this was close by. They did talk about Tesla being at the park with its lithium-ion battery gigafactory, owns 2,800 acres. And Google purchased 1,200 acres last year. So 2,800 acres for gigafactory. Now, you know, I don't know. What are they going to do with 67,000 acres? That, I don't know what's going on there, but that's very interesting. So yeah, well, I'll keep you in touch with what's happening with that when I find out. But that was an interesting article that I saw today. Some more interesting stuff. So Visa and MasterCard are now charging additional fee for buying cryptocurrency. So this may affect Coinbase. So whether they're going to pass it on, they probably will. But they're concerned because when you use a credit card, they also class it as a cash advance as opposed to a purchase, and also higher fees. They're talking about an additional 3%, and possibly as a cash advance, okay, as opposed to purchasing a product. So at the moment, there's nothing official on this, but it's just Visa card and MasterCard cracking down. We've seen them take away Crest, which was a company just recently that they stopped issuing cards with Visa. So that brought down a lot of people. They won't be able to access those cards. But you know what? This is just going to make other providers out there that come up with other solutions, not Visa and not MasterCard, and they're going to do better, and they're going to grow. So this is a good thing. Okay, it's a pain in the ass for people that have already got it and lost their ability to do it. But this is what the banks are trying to crack down on it, because you know this technology is going to destroy them. Okay, and you know this is how they react to it. What else? Robinhood trading app. So I only came across this a couple of days ago, but Robinhood was on their Dash thing. Now basically it's a platform for trading stocks, right? For younger people, but they've actually added crypto into it. So if I quickly open up the site, essentially it's an app that you can download, and as far as I know, you can invest in a lot of crypto. Different things, and I think essentially they're trying to compete with Coinbase, right? Because Coinbase made $1 billion profit last year. I believe it was profit, or actually I shouldn't say that. I think they turned over $1 billion. Not 100%. I'll check that. But they made a lot, and once that's getting noticed, right? So these other players are coming into the market. So this is an example of other players, and they're going to have a lot of support. So yeah, they're coming out, and of course I saw Litecoin on there, Dash, Bitcoin, and also I don't know if Bitcoin Cash was there, but you know Robinhood is a $1 billion valuation company, similar essentially to Coinbase. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see what happens, and that might shake up what's happening there. Also, where are we at here? Some more news. This is about like payments. Now I talked about Stripe previously, taking away support for Bitcoin. Now Bitpay, what they've done is they basically, because of the issues with the fees and slow transaction times, what they're doing is they're going to add the very next thing that you can read all this if you want to, but they're trying to work on the Lightning Network. They've added the Bitpay, the Bitcoin Cash support, which we saw previously. Now, the very next one they're going to support is Bitcoin Cash for their Bitpay system. So it looks sort of like this. You'll be able to pay with Bitcoin or Bitcoin Cash, and that will be early of this year that they're going to start doing that, and they're going to bring other crypto methods in. So this is good. Rather than just stuck with Bitcoin, they're actually bringing in other cryptos so that you'll be able to pay. So that's pretty good news. So we'll close that one down. All right, I think that was all the news I had to cover. We had Visa, Jaxx. Now, there's a couple of other things before I just get to your questions, and I wanted to cover something that you may not be aware of, right? So these normal exchanges like Binance, right? You would have seen links below for Binance. Now, Binance, it's like Bitfinex and Poloniex and all these sort of exchanges. It's where you trade. So, Binance, I'll just show you what it looks like so you can have a look here. So Binance, I'll just see how much it loads. I can't remember if we can log in. Oh, you can see it without me logging in. So this is what it looks like, and essentially you can click on here and you click on basic, and you can buy and sell any of the coins, right? Now this is a centralized exchange, similar to the one that was recently where they stole $500 million. Okay, so this is where they've got all the different prices, all the different pairings, and you have to transfer your coin or Ethereum, Bitcoin, whatever you've got. You transfer it into these exchanges, and then basically they hold that coin and then you trade it for other coins. So that's the risk, but you can then trade for other coins. You can trade and make money, which a lot of people do. You can buy and basically exchange one coin for another, and then withdraw those coins back out to your private wallet, which I have talked about before. However, there is this other thing. These are centralized exchanges. There is these other ones called decentralized exchanges, and this is one that I saw today. I haven't used this one. This is like something I only just saw today. It's called ERC DEX, DEX. So it's to do with Ethereum and the ERC20 tokens, and which covers a lot of tokens. These are some of the different ones you can actually trade. So you can trade them, and it's what you do is you integrate the wallet you have. So if you have a ledger, if you have MetaMask, Cypher, some of these ones here, once you have created one of these wallets, you can then link it to this and start trading. And it's done with smart contracts on the Ethereum platform. So what happens is you'll buy and sell, but it's completely done in smart contracts, which means that there's no one actually in it, like interfering with it. No one's doing anything. No, you still got your keys. You're not like giving your keys away so like someone has access to your private keys and then they can take your funds. So you actually place these like your tokens or Ethereum into these contracts, and it's like an escrow. They hold it in there, and then what happens is you make the trades, and once it's completed, then you can get back your tokens or Ethereum. And so it's completely decentralized, okay? And it means that you're trading with other people that use the platform, and there's no real central location for it, which is good. These things are going, this idea of decentralized markets is going to be bigger and bigger and bigger, and you got to get better at using them. So I'll probably set up an account with ERCDE, probably, I think it's called ERC DEX, I'd say. So the big one, this is Ether Delta. Ether Delta was like possibly the first one, well-known one. Okay, I had issues with some phishing attempts on them. People lost some money. Well, here's an example. Ether Delta's down right now. So these are the different things that happen. So you can't actually access Ether Delta. Now there is still basically someone who provides that service, and if they do go down, you can't access Ether Delta to trade. Okay, so yes, that is a risk as well, but you're not transferring your private keys over it, so no one has access to it. So Ether Delta is offline. Let's have a look at the other one that I've started using, which is called IDEX.market, IDEX.market. I'll be doing some videos for people in the Slack group that we've got with the course. I'm going to be doing some videos, so if you're involved in that, if you're interested, you can check the link out below and find out what I'm doing with ICOs. But I'm going to be doing some videos on exactly how to use this platform, because we were using Ether Delta before, but we're going to use this. This is just one little strategy that you can use, and you get used to it. So I won't unlock my wallet, but basically you use MetaMask, which is a little icon up here. I have a little fox. So I've connected MetaMask, and all I do is click unlock wallet, and it will connect to the MetaMask, which is just a wallet. And then once it's connected, I can then start trading. But we'll click on explore and have a look. So here's all the different markets that are available. It's a huge list. This is much better than Ether Delta. And it's even got like decent charts in there as well. So basically there's heaps that you can do. So, you know, what else have we got here? Some of these are new ones that just came out, and then other ones are well-known ones. And there's like Dragon Chain. I'm just going through some of these ones. Payfair, EOS. Wow, they're 17% on EOS. Okay, so yeah, basically what you do is you click on EOS, which are actually already on there. You'll see the price up here, which is in ETH. Okay, in Ether, and this is the chart. Sometimes you'll get, if there's not many transactions, it'll be a bit blocky like this. Okay, and then here you've got your sell orders and buy orders. So these are all the orders that people place in the system, and they're saying, well, I want to sell 99 EOS worth 1.56 ETH, and this is the price I want to sell it for. And then over here are the people that are buying, and they want to buy, like, so the difference is this is like 0.13 and this is 0.15. And then they come to meet in the middle, and then when the transactions happen, these are the trades. So there was a trade made for 0.3 of an ETH at 0.15, and then some at 0.16. Okay, a little bit more. This one back here was 12 Ether, and it was at 0.137. So this is how the trades happen, and this is a really good platform for picking up stuff. Now, don't obviously jump on board if you have never traded before. You could, but I wouldn't recommend it. I would sign up with Binance. You know, and this is how a normal exchange is, one really good exchange to do that. So you can check that out. I got a link below if you want to suss that out. But definitely worthwhile checking that out. But yeah, some of these other ones, I'll do some videos on that, and I've used this now to do some trades, and just, yeah, it's pretty good. And this is the way it would be more decentralized things happening in the future. All right, so I'm going to close that down. I'm going to go back to your questions now. So let's close some of these windows. See what's happening with you guys. All right. China buying Bitcoin crypto through Hong Kong loophole. Mr. Bazinga says, will Bitcoin actually replace traditional currencies? And Lady Caitlin says, China buying Bitcoin cryptocurrency through Hong Kong loophole. Yeah, I have heard something about that. So we'll cover these two questions. Basically, there was something about, I think I saw that on Cointelegraph. We'll just have a quick look at the articles there. So I believe what they're trying to do is China's trying to, because Hong Kong, obviously, I think it's in this little article here. So Chinese are buying through Hong Kong. I'll just double check that that's what's happening. Yeah. So basically, they've like this one here, they've relocated their business to Hong Kong. Also, Huobi and OKCoin have rebranded and setting up in Hong Kong as well. Okay. And essentially, people are now trading with that Hong Kong to get around the bans for the government. Okay, so this is pretty standard. People will do whatever they have to do to get Bitcoin or whatever crypto they're into. They will do it, and you know, governments, like, they can't stop this. They just can't stop this, which is a great thing, I believe. So they've either got to you know, try and control it in some way, okay, or if they ban it or make it really difficult, people just move to different countries. That's exactly what's going to happen. So all it's going to do is delay. So every time this stuff happens, okay, once people get over the whole negativity thing about it and how bad it is, then they go, well, okay, let's find somewhere to buy from. Let's go to another place. And this is what they're doing. They're going through Hong Kong. There's a lot of places that are setting up in Hong Kong. Also, Mr. Bazinga says, will Bitcoin actually replace traditional currencies? Well, it's interesting. Maybe. See, maybe. The thing about society is that we're controlled by governments. You got the countries and the governments, and everywhere there's so many governments, and each government, they have their own currency, right? Because the currency allows them to do things. They can print up the currency. They can expand the economy inside that country. Okay, they do a lot of things when they create their own currency, and every country does it. But what happens is, when you study the history of money, you'll discover that that all the actual currencies that are created by governments end up going to zero. Okay, and it's because the currency is just paper. It's just a meaning that someone gives it. The government says this piece of paper has meaning. This is what we're going to use, so everyone use it. And if you do something bad to the money, or you don't use it, or you do something wrong, we're going to put you in jail. Okay, that's how governments work. And so you use that money, or when you grow up, you realize that you've got cash, and you realize cash buys food and buys cars and does all these other things that you needed to do. So, and you grow up in that environment. However, there is places like Venezuela where now their money is worthless. Okay, it doesn't matter what the government's going to do, the money is worthless, and it's over. The only thing that I think it can save them is something like crypto. Okay, so it will require the governments to actually completely break down, and at that stage, currencies, as long as you don't get if you have a breakdown completely of society, I don't think it's going to help crypto. Okay, because while people are struggling to find food and water and shelter, or maybe not even, maybe they can't even get access to electricity. The furthest thing on their mind is trying to do a transaction on Bitcoin or Bitcoin Cash or Dash or something like that. Maybe the mobile networks, are down or something, so you wouldn't even be able to do a transaction because you don't have access to the internet. So the crypto does rely on a lot of things to make it work. But if places in the future, I feel that I actually think the governments are going to try and create their own cryptos, and I've seen that started with one place that was already doing it. But I think governments will take on the blockchain technology, so they'll go, okay, this is great technology, and then what we're going to do is use this new currency, and they're going to create it, and they're going to use it and say this is thing. Now that's probably a step forward, but it would probably take some sort of collapse or some major change for it to happen. And the reason is because it's a transfer of wealth from people who are using. Well, basically, it's a transfer of wealth from the government to the banks. Okay, and they are the ones that take all all your hard-earned dollars, because you got nothing left at the end of it. All right, so yeah, there may be something in the future for crypto. It could be a long way off. Mr. Bazinga says, I think that crypto is going to start in a small country being the main currency, and then it will go on to bigger countries. That could happen. Well, there was there will be some countries that start up and they will have crypto as their main as their currencies for those countries, and they won't have any other coin. The thing is, at the moment, like a lot of things compared to US dollars, and I can't wait to the day that when you're actually doing a transaction, you don't actually compare it to any other dollar in any other country. You actually just compare it to the coin itself, and you say, well, I would like to buy that car, and it's worth 1 Bitcoin, for example. And when you're actually talking in Bitcoin as opposed to talking in Aussie dollars or US dollars or francs or pounds or something like that, I think that'd be exciting. But it starts with 1, and then it goes to 2, it has 3, 4, and it keeps on going. So yeah, exactly. Alrighty, I think we're nearly out of time. We're at about 37 minutes. I want to keep you guys, going all the time. So if you have any last questions, ask me now. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to have a quick look. You know how much I love ICOs. I'm going to have a quick look on ICO drops. So if you guys have got any questions, ask them now before we finish up. Just going to have a quick look here. Now, let's have a look at what's done. So here's Origin Trail. Okay, this one's to do with blockchain supply chains based on the blockchain. They collected about $14 million. Right now, they're at 3x. Okay, 3x, and this was January the 17th. We're not even in. We're at the end of January, and they're 3x. That is a huge increase, right? And this is pretty normal for ICOs. Now, not every ICO is going to do this, but if you know what you're doing and you pick the right ones, if you have, if you study them and learn them, I mean, that's what I did. I learned them, learned how to do it. I bought a course and then did the course, went through all that, and then started investing. And it took a little time to, basically get a grip of how everything works. But once I understood this here, so to give you an example, when this came out, this was at 6 cents. Okay, and now it's at 33 cents. So you do the math on that one. That's the kind of growth. That's the kind of returns you can get on ICOs. This is where the cheapest price you can get into these things. Whereas, let's say in a year's time, this could be at $10, for example. Is it going to go up 100 times when it's at $10, or is the opportunity now? And so that's what I've been learning and getting involved with. So if you want to know more about that, just let me know. You can always send me a message on Facebook, or you can put a comments below. You can also check out. I've got a link for the course I do. Yeah, so you can check it out there. I've got the link below, but that's just to give you a quick look of what the page looks like, and there's a great little video explaining that and some information down on the screen. So if you've got any questions after that, you can always message me, and I'll be too happy to help you out, because basically we've got a couple of hundred members now in this group, and we're doing some really cool stuff. Right now I'm working on some software that we're going to do for the ICOs. We've implemented pools, so that like people that want to participate and pool their money together. That's pretty exciting, and you can only participate if you're part of the group. So it's just phenomenal. So this group's it's exploding, and it's only been going, I think, maybe up 5 months now. So it's gained a lot of traction. We've got a lot of members, and it's hard to imagine. Some of these people started off with, some of them started off with less than $1,000, right? Others maybe 10,000. But we have got I won't mention names or anything, but we've got quite a few people in our group already that are at the 100K mark and more. Okay, I won't go too crazy and tell you some of the people what they got, but some of these people are at 100K from the last 3 months just in ICOs. It is huge. Now, it's not always going to be like this. It may not be like this in 3 years' time. The opportunities might be less. They might bring in more regulation. But right now, it is the best thing to get into. So, of course, you need funds. One, you need to pay for a course, learn how to do it, get part of a group, and get daily interaction. So we've got a Slack group we're part of, and every day people are putting information in there, and you're up to date on what's going on, what you need to do. And so that way, because you can get into a course, right? But if you get into a course and then you learn it and there's no group to help you after that, then it's a waste of money. Okay, but that's the benefit of being part of this group. So yeah, really excited about that. Excited about some of these upcoming ICOs and some of the ones that are already happening. And the market's going to, the market was really good today. So I'm going to, hopefully, we'll see a continuation of that. So no more, I can't see any more questions in the live. So that's all good. I really appreciate everyone's time tonight for joining me live. Probably the next couple of days I'm going to do a live giveaway. So I do the normal giveaway on every day that you see me do, but I'm going to do another live giveaway for you guys that are on live, and you can only participate if you're on live. So appreciate that. So yeah, if you've got any questions, make sure that you have comments or questions. Put them in the post afterwards, after this goes into YouTube. And then make sure you put your Bitcoin Cash address there. So if I pick out your name, then I can send you some Bitcoin Cash. That'd be good. Alrighty, well, thanks again for everyone. And I will talk to you tomorrow night. Okay, see yous. Bye.